We continue to follow breaking news out of South Fargo. It was a tense day as police surrounded a local hotel after a report of a sexual assault and possible hostage situation. Here's what we know. 2 people were taken into custody. One of those is Allison Ledoux, and she was arrested for felonious restraint and terrorizing. Valley News Live was the first on the scene, and our Bobby Fallett explains how the situation played out.
Fargo police surrounding the roadway in off of busy University Drive. Some with guns drawn and using riot shield gear after learning that someone was possibly being held against their will. The public was told to avoid the area as the situation stretched over the lunch hour. Those staying at the hotel were shocked by the scene and not allowed to go in at any time during the situation.
We're on the second floor, and when we went in earlier, we went through the front doors and seen a bunch of cops on the first floor by one of the room doors.
West Fargo's police K9 was brought to the scene. Our Valley News Live drone took to the sky to get full picture of what was happening. Little movement for quite some time, but officers standing their ground, ready for what may happen. Fargo police say officers tried to contact those in the room over the phone but were unsuccessful. That's when police then got a search warrant to enter the room. Police fully secured the scene just before 1 this afternoon. Fargo police bringing one woman out in handcuffs. 42-year-old Allison Marie Ledoux was arrested for felonious restraint and terrorizing, and additional charges could be possible. Police, however, have not made any arrests in connection to the alleged sexual assault and have not released the identity of the second person taken into custody at the hotel. Reporting in Fargo, Bobby Fallett, Valley News Live.
Ledoux has been booked into the Cass County Jail, but no booking photo is available yet. Hotel guests were allowed back into their rooms this afternoon, and of course we will continue to follow the story and share more information as it becomes available. And remember to keep the VNL News app handy for breaking news right as it happens and updates on other news in the region. You can download and use it for free. All you have to do is search VNL News in the App Store today.